You can now target crazy A/B tests by audience segments, which means you can either individually optimize your website experiences to convert individual audience segments best, or you can personalize and tailor the website experience and the messaging for your visitors' sources and where they are in the customer journey. So let's show what that looks like. Now, if I go to any existing A/B tests in Crazy Egg, you'll see here, for example, that I have audiences that are set to everyone. And if you set your A/B tests to target everyone, it'll say everyone. If you set these A/B tests to target individual device types, like say desktop or mobile, it'll say something like desktop device type is mobile or device type is desktop. But you'll see here that I recently launched a new A/B test that's targeted at specifically returning visitors and also visitors where the UTM source is Facebook or Instagram. Now let me show you how I set that up. So I go to create new A/B test and I select the kind of test I want to run, say page editor, and I type in a URL that I want to run a test on. Once that starts, previously you would have seen a selector to select which device type you want to target, but now you'll see who should see this test, all visitors or just targeted visitors. Now let's see what options are available. I can target everything from visitor info related to identifiers if I pass visitor identifiers into Crazy Egg, browser, country, device, operating system, nor returning, or screen size. I can target visitors based off of the session path, so the landing page in which they initially started their session, if they visited a certain page, the number of pages they viewed in that session, and the traffic source in terms of referrer. I can target also session duration, tags related to say, did they encounter an error, have they submitted a form, have they done a dead click or something like that, the day of the week, or maximum conversion value. That is to say, if you're tracking conversions in Crazy Egg and you're passing conversion value, we'll sum up the total conversion value for the visitor, which essentially allows you to target visitors by their LTV, their lifetime value. Speaking of conversions, we also let you target visitors by their conversion status, that is, have they or have they not achieved a given conversion. I would also have they clicked a Crazy Egg CTA or answered a certain Crazy Egg survey. And finally, you can also target Crazy Egg target visitors by their UTM parameters, which is to say their source, their medium, the ad campaign they came in from, or the piece of content that drew them in, which means you can do a lot of targeting there. Now, let's think about how we might use this, for example, right? So say I'm targeting this by specific conversion status. I can layer in multiple filters for conversion status. Say I want to target visitors who did click the homepage button, but, did not sign up, for example. This allows me to layer in multiple conversion filters to say I want someone who's middle of funnel, who has passed this top of funnel conversion event, but has not done this bottom of funnel conversion event. And I can even layer in and add another condition by saying, oh, I want to only also target visitors where the traffic source is equal to Facebook, whatever. And I can add multiple OR filters as well. So you'll see here that there is no limit, not just on if you have access to A/B testing Crazy Egg. There's not only no limit on the number of A/B tests you can run concurrently, there's no limit on the number of variants you can run, and there's no limit on the number of filters you can add. So you can be as targeted as you want. Now, what are some potential use cases for this, right? So first off, you'll see here that the most common use case that we've heard from visitors is ad personalization. So say I want to specifically target landing page experiences to tailor, for example, headlines to be similar to what the headline of the ad is that brought them in, or to use images that reflect the ad creative that brought them in, or specifically to optimize for what messaging, what positioning, what creative is best going to convert just visitors coming in from paid campaigns, as opposed to users who are coming in through direct traffic, through brand, through organic search, for example. This means that we have the power now to launch A/B tests that are only going to impact traffic that is coming in from paid campaigns. Another use case commonly heard from is localization, specifically country. So if I want to target campaigns or use cases like personalization, like value prompts or messaging or slang, even I can specifically target lists of countries that will best reflect the messaging that I want to use. Another use case, for example, might be funnel stage optimization, like I just showed, right? So when someone is just visiting from the top of a funnel, or especially if they're a new visitor, then there's a lot more education that you have to do in order to educate them on what your product is, who your brand is. In which case, you can do a lot more educational version of your page. Whereas if you're doing a landing page experience that's much more for returning visitors, the previous converters, even for previous customers who've already purchased or checked out, then you can have them skip past the education part and go straight to wherever it is that you want them to convert. Now, what's the best way to structure and layer a lot of these things? So because there's no limit to the number of A/B tests you can run concurrently, you can actually run multiple tests on the same landing page now. So for example, say I have traffic coming into a certain landing page. I can run one target A/B test to specifically target Google refer traffic and run A/B test number 1. Then maybe, secondly, I want to target traffic that is where the referrer is not Google, but where they are returning visitors. I can then target A/B test number 2 based off of those folks. And lastly, anyone that doesn't already fit into those first 2 buckets, I can send it to this all other traffic A/B test and run A/B test number 3 on there. And as a result, for individual audience segments, I'm not only able to target and specifically test different hypotheses that are personalized based off of the individual segment, but I might be able to find out that specific messaging or value props or creative works best for different visitor segments. And so now I can try that out with Crazy Egg. Now, Crazy A/B testing targeting is fully available for all enterprise customers. Pro customers will have access to a few of the core segments like country or UTM parameters, for example, but they won't have access to all segments. And Plus customers will only have access to device type targeting. So if you're on a Plus or a Pro plan, but you don't want access to the full suite of targeting features, just contact support@crazyegg.com, and they will be able to come back with the ability to add full targeting capabilities to your plan without having to upgrade to the new plan. But at this point, this does mean that if you were to upgrade to your plan to allow for more traffic page views in your plan, this would include more targeting capabilities as well. Good luck.